Okay, now, welcome to Justice for Justin, Cajun Lives Matter, and I'm gonna make something for the Cajun guys that are more on the Justin Bieber side, just to start from that that angle. There are different angles to handle these situations, and sort of, as your queen, just sort of kind of analyze and observe different situations just so that I can be able to know exactly what to do or how to communicate and how to get through to people without, I'm working on learning how to communicate and how to get through to people without insulting one race and making another feel better or feel worse, or et cetera, because a lot of times, when, especially after, with the whole, and I think this is Black Lives Matter movement really started cooking in a little bit more, I think, before, or I think it started kicking in before Justin Bieber was a celebrity. If not, it was before that. And so, after that. And so I need to find out when, I need to do my research and finding out about Black Lives Matter and how, it affected so many people like Justin, so many people in the Cajun community, that I feel like definitely, specifically Justin Bieber's, I call Justin Bieber the Cajun community, right? Just the people that are more like Justin Bieber, like more, artistry, more, they care about the Black community. They care deep enough about the Black community that they're not just going to say Black Lives Matter. They're going to actually marry a Black woman, actually have Black children, actually like mixed children. And that's what the true depth of what you mean when you say Brown Lives Matter. It's not Black Lives, it's Brown Lives Matter, because, like I said, brown people, my complexion, are the ones who own the title brown. I think the Spanish community can just definitely stick to Spanish because Spanish people have the title Spanish. It's only brown people that don't have a title. You can't call them all African. You can't call them all, because not everybody in the brown community is African. So the people that own the title brown are the Black people. They're not the Spanish people. They're not the Indian people. Brown people are the African Americans, African people. Those are the brown people. So when I say Brown Lives Matter, that's what I mean specifically. Now, just because I say Brown Lives Matter does not mean Cajun lives don't matter. Asian lives don't matter. You guys have to find your your community or your thing, and you guys can all learn from Brown Lives Matter, right? But my biggest heart right here starts with my husband, and it's Justin, and it's not neglecting the brown community, but learning how to grab the two and separating them in terms of whatever fights and arguments they might be going through or might be feeling, because there's a lot of people that are mixed with brown and Cajun, right? And brown and Cajun, Asian and brown and all those kinds of people. But right now we're focused on the Cajun community with the brown community, because that's where my heart is called. Everybody else can just work around that and just basically listen more on what I'm trying to say in terms of, healing my husband and making him feel better, making him feel comfortable, making him feel safe, because he is the love of my life. When everything else falls, when everything else fails, he's the one that I run to. He's the one that I'm weak for. He's the one that I'm strong for. He's the one that I live for. He's the one that I live for. And then the rest are his kids. And all of you guys, you reincarnated into this lifetime, and now it's time to definitely apologize to Justin Bieber, not just with words, but with actions by, Justin Bieber definitely needs to be compensated. Once me and Justin are legally married, there is going to be lawsuits from left to right until you can convince to me in him, to me especially, because then I'm going to convince him and I'm going to talk to him and tell him what needs to be done. Because once we're legally married, it's going to be, it's us against anybody that, he has to explain to me every detail of what happened truthfully so I can judge properly, so I can be able to make the right decisions. What's his name? Usher has to be persecuted. He has to be punished for what he did, either financially, because what Usher did was so reckless and so careless as a leader, as a business owner. Like I as a queen, your queen, whoever, if you choose, like, okay, this is going to be our queen, because if you want to, I just want to convince you guys. I just want to sort of educate you guys, because if somebody says they're your queen, they need to be able to feed you guys not just music, not just bullshit, they need to educate you in terms of every shape, every form, every part that a human being needs to be educated. And they need to obtain that type of wisdom in order for them to take charge in your life, build a country, build a nation, build a palace. You've got to build a palace. What's in that palace? What are you going to do? You get what I mean? And so making sure that people are safe. When me and Justin are married, are legally married, we're going to start having kids as soon as possible, as soon as my body is ready to conceive those children. And what's going to happen here is that we're going to just have everything ready for those kids to arrive on this planet Earth. I mean, the rooms, the shared room, everything. Things are going to make sense. And to be continued. I'll talk to you guys more about this.